If you love grilled chicken, you know how many sandwiches are offered at fast food chains out there. But keep watching to see which one holds the crown for being the absolute best. The website for Culver's has some pretty bold things to say about its grilled chicken sandwich. It proudly states the sandwich is the thickest, juiciest, tastiest chicken sandwich you'll find anywhere. The sandwich comes with a fillet of chicken seasoned with salt and pepper, and it's topped with lettuce, tomato, and pickles, so it doesn't pull any punches by tossing in any unexpected ingredient or texture. But honestly, it sure could use one because the sandwich as it is can be downright unappealing. The fillet of chicken certainly isn't as juicy as you'd expect considering Culver's claims, and it definitely isn't as thick as you'd like it to be either. The salt and pepper seasoning on the chicken does give it some flavor, but the actual meat can be fairly dry. This is an issue since there are no condiments on the sandwich, so there's nothing present to really give it any moisture. Sure, you can always add some mayo, but you shouldn't have to modify your meal to make it enjoyable. Subway seems to know its way around a sandwich, which is why it's a go-to spot for so many people. The chain has a whole bunch of menu options, but as you can imagine, not all of them are exactly diet-friendly.
Tender pulled chicken, authentic enchilada sauce with Fritos corn chips on top. It's the chicken enchilada with the gotta-have-it crunch.
However, there are items that you can order that don't have you upping your calories to an aggressive level. A grilled chicken sandwich is certainly one of their healthier options, but think twice before ordering one here. Your appetite will thank you for it later. The texture of the chicken can be a complete turnoff, with every inch being so dry and dense that you're nearly left parched as soon as you take a bite. So if you do decide to order this sandwich, make sure you have a drink nearby to help wash it down. And because this is Subway we're talking about, you can obviously add a bunch of other ingredients to the sandwich that'll give the chicken some moisture. But since we know that the protein is often the star of the show, there's no Academy Award anywhere in the future for the grilled chicken sub. When you order a grilled chicken sandwich, the chicken is obviously the main focus of the meal, and it should do most of the heavy lifting. However, this isn't the case when it comes to the grilled chicken sandwich at Whataburger. The protein actually takes a back seat to the sauce. Whether or not this is a good thing depends on how much of a condiment lover you are. The grilled chicken sandwich is served on a brioche bun and comes with the grilled filet, lettuce, tomato, and Whata sauce. While the grilled chicken filet has a decent amount of moisture, it isn't packed with very much flavor, and its lettuce and tomato toppings taste exactly as you'd expect them to. But the sauce manages to lasso in every other taste and texture, making this sandwich a worthwhile option. The sauce is creamy and hits your palate with a zestiness that seeps into the chicken and imbues it with flavor. After your first bite, you'll immediately think, wow, what a sauce! A great barbecue sauce isn't always easy to find, but when one does enter into your life, you're treated to a condiment that's capable of making an ordinary dish extraordinary. This is exactly what happens with the Charbroiled barbecue chicken sandwich at Carl's Jr. The sandwich itself is pretty ordinary, but just like Whataburger's chicken sandwich, it's the sauce that Carl's Jr. uses that makes this item worth your time. The sandwich is served on a squishy potato bun with charbroiled chicken breast, lettuce, tomato, and barbecue sauce. The surface of the chicken fillet has those nice char lines on it that gives it a welcoming smoky flavor in each bite. But when you pair that charred taste with its tangy barbecue sauce, you're smacked in the mouth by an awesome barbecue sensation. The sauce is a little bit sweet and spicy, but it doesn't go too far in either direction, striking a nice balance. With its tangy aftertaste lingering in your mouth, enveloping all of the other ingredients, it makes this a simple but worthwhile menu option. Chick-fil-A is the go-to spot for many people when they're struck with a craving for a chicken sandwich. Their chicken can be super juicy and thick cut, so it's easy to feel like you're getting the most out of your money. While the crispy chicken sandwiches are among the more popular menu items, for anyone trying to stay away from the fried stuff, the Grilled Chicken Club is a solid choice that'll scratch that chicken itch with a bunch of great flavors. The chicken fillet used in the sandwich is marinated in lemon and herbs, and you can absolutely tell. The lemon flavor really helps bring the other herbs out with a bright kick of citrus. The chicken is also quite juicy, which means you're never left with a parched mouth. The protein is served on a toasted multigrain brioche and topped with Colby Jack cheese, applewood smoked bacon, lettuce, and tomato. The Chick-fil-A website suggests pairing the sandwich with honey roasted barbecue sauce, and we couldn't agree more. The salty punch of the bacon and lemony chicken really comes to life with this sweet and smoky sauce. Sometimes you don't need a bunch of unique or unexpected ingredients to make a perfectly satisfying meal. This is exactly what you'll get with the Charbroiled Chicken Club sandwich at Carl's Jr. The sandwich doesn't try to pull any sneaky punches with flavors or textures, and that's okay with us, because the end result is still a highly enjoyable one. You get a potato bun with charbroiled chicken breast, 2 strips of bacon, Swiss cheese, lettuce, tomato, and mayo. These simple ingredients come together to create a sandwich that any grilled chicken enthusiast would feel satisfied eating.
There's no antibiotics. Never. Okay. Charbroiled. Sealing the flavor.
As you'd expect, the chicken is the star of the performance here, and it's thanks to the moisture it holds with every bite full of rich, smoky juice. The Swiss cheese is melted to perfection, lending a nutty creaminess to each bite. The strips of bacon are rich, crunchy, and salty, which is everything that you want bacon to be. Even though the chicken supplies so much moisture, the addition of the mayo also gives each mouthful a silky consistency. The mayonnaise warms up thanks to the temperature of the protein, which makes it taste even creamier. You might argue that the bread holding all of the delicious fixings of your chicken sandwich is just as important as the individual ingredients inside. A terrible tasting bun will immediately cancel out the enjoyment of everything else, and you're just left with one big handheld disappointment. Luckily, the people at Jack in the Box know exactly what they're doing when it comes to their sandwich buns, especially when you order their grilled chicken sandwich. While the sandwich fixings are tasty in their own right, the bread really manages to up the ante. With this Jack in the Box staple, you get a grilled chicken fillet, lettuce, tomatoes, and good sauce, the chain's sweet and tangy mayo. It's all nestled in between 2 thick-cut slices of toasted sourdough bread. The fillet is juicy, and the good sauce is a stellar spread that you'll want to add to just about everything after you try it. But the toasted sourdough really makes this a worthwhile product. While the outside of the bread has a wonderful crunch, the inside is warm and soft, and this contrast between the textures feels perfect in your mouth. With great textures and great flavors, this sandwich delivers on every element. If there's one thing Colorado does right, it's incorporating the awesome flavors of chilies into its food. The right kind of chili elevates the flavor of whatever dish it's in, and a perfect example of this unique boost in taste is the Colorado grilled chicken sandwich at Smashburger. The sandwich comes with a juicy grilled chicken breast, pepper jack and cheddar cheeses, grilled Anaheim chilies, lettuce, tomatoes, and mayo on a toasted, spicy chipotle bun. One of the first sensations that hits your palate is the creaminess of both melted cheeses. It seeps into the already juicy chicken, creating a burst of moisture with every bite. The Anaheim chilies lend a small kick of heat, but nothing that will send your mouth into high alert. They're just hot enough to wake up your palate a bit, and they form a perfect partnership with the chicken and cheese. These flavors also join forces with the hint of spice that comes from the chipotle bun to give every bite a warm, tantalizing taste. So we're confident that it's worth every one of your hard-earned dollars. When it comes to any ranking, there can only be one option that reigns supreme. If you're looking for the absolute best grilled chicken sandwich you can get your eager little hands on, look no further than the Truffle Mushroom Swiss Sandwich at Smashburger. As soon as you read the word truffle, you can automatically assume that you're dealing with some high-level stuff, and this sandwich certainly checks off all the high-level boxes that you'd expect. The sandwich's full package includes a grilled chicken breast topped with perfectly melted aged Swiss cheese, sautéed cremini mushrooms, and truffle mayo. The chicken is well seasoned and feels as if it almost melts in your mouth thanks to its tender and moist texture. The aged Swiss adds a sweet nuttiness that soaks into the chicken and mixes with the seasoning to give the sandwich an extra blast of flavor. The cremini mushrooms are delicate and almost dissolve onto your tongue with each bite, so your jaw has to barely put in any work to reap your delicious rewards. But it's really the truffle mayo that wallops your mouth with creamy umami goodness that will make your head spin. The Truffle Mushroom Swiss is what all sandwiches should strive to be. If there's a Smashburger within driving distance from you, hop in your car and head there as soon as hunger strikes and order this fantastic chicken sandwich.